Hello, my dears. Ah! Okay, I got my matcha. I got my zinnies. I got my Vaseline. I'm going to do that forever just because of you. Oh, and today I got my red. Those who know. It's almost my pink now because it's a little diluted, but got the red. So lay down, the red is real. Okie dokie. Well, we got a lot to say. We got a lot to talk about. And I'm not even gonna try to touch on my trip. Those who know. I feel like it's insulting to try to put human words to what happened this weekend. But those of us who watch this, that was for us. But I am filled and humbled and expanded and grateful and honored beyond human language. So the title of this video is Feel the Fear and Walk Anyway. And there's a lot of messages that flowed in today that I'm looking forward to sharing with you. I mean, May has already kicked in the door of the saloon with guns blazing and screaming its name into the bar and asking anyone to step to it. May is not playing around with us. And there's a big thread through everything that I'm going to share with you today of duality and holding both and riding both and accepting all colors of the spectrum of our experience with equity, with what all of it deserves. And knowing that we can't have one without the other. We can't have any part of the spectrum without all of it. And to walk with an open heart. And that sounds very lovely. That sounds really beautiful. And la la la. That sounds really magical and lovely, and it is. But to walk with an open heart sounds like puppies and butterflies until you're tasked to do it. There is a terror there. And guess what? That's the beauty of it too. And I think we're being asked to expand into the ability to hold it all with grace on all fronts of our experience. To be brave enough to open yourself to the full spectrum of life is not a joke. And it's not for everyone. So there's something that I would love to share that entered my consciousness some years ago. I shared it with the ladies that I went through Reiki training with, and I was going through like a bunch of living situation drama, and the place that I was living was horrible. And this kind of idea I shared in the way that it applied to my life at the time. But what I can say to share this idea is like, things are going to go the way God wants them to go for us, whether we're clinging or freaking out or not. So we might as well ride it, man. You know, we might as well enjoy it to the best of our ability. We might as well open to everything. I've dealt with OCD my whole life. You know, I can see it in my childhood. And for me, and I'm not a psychologist by any means, but what I theorize about OCD in my own experience was that it was a friend in my early years. It was a coping mechanism that I used to help me feel some kind of control over my experience when I was a kid. And still to this day, you know, it functions as a way to comfort myself. That outgrew into a problem in itself. And it's, you know, those of us who have OCD know it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't with those practices. Because like not carrying the thing out brings stress, and carrying the thing out brings stress. And the reason that I was called to share about like OCD is pertinent to this message, where it's like OCD is like this Sisyphean task to try to feel control over your experience. And there's a message coming through here of like, things are going to go the way God wants them to go, whether we are clung to every motion of our experience or not. And you are being asked to breathe into the duality of life. And duality isn't even enough, like the multiplicity of life, the whole broad spectrum of our experience. Ooh, So, like, the real juice of life is that you risk grief when you love, and you risk failure when you try. You risk your heart being crushed when you hand it to someone. But oh my God, wouldn't you rather love? Wouldn't you rather love? Wouldn't you rather sing than to stifle your voice your whole life because you're afraid of how it might sound? Yeah. So there's a message of like you are a walking heart opener for people, a catalyst. And in fitting with the rest of this message, like, that's not always going to be easy for people to be around. I think the healthier we get and the clearer we get and the more present we get and the more open we get, the more of a walking heart opener we become. The more of an otherworldly creature we become. The more of a mirror and a catalyst we become. And that's not always going to be easy for people to be around. So we try our best not to be hurt if people need a break from that sometimes. And I have here, like, don't suffocate yourself by trying to numb yourself out from any end of the spectrum, any part of the spectrum, because you are shooting yourself in the foot, robbing yourself of the juice of life, depriving yourself of the fullness of your joy and the fullness of your grief, the fullness of your horror, of your terror. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I think just as much as we want to sometimes cut off our access to the terror and grief and tragedy and horror of our experience, I think that sometimes we want to cut ourselves off from the fullness of our joy, the fullness of our love, our capacity to love, because it's all part of it. Because when we open ourselves to the fullness of our joy and the fullness of our love and the magic and all of that, we open ourselves up for that to be gone. the higher we go, the farther we are possibly set up to fall. But again, like, wouldn't you rather be laying on your deathbed, if we get the privilege of having a deathbed, to know that you loved to the fullness of your ability? I've been preparing to do this live all day. It's so funny. There were just 4 people in here and 4 likes. On the 4th, I've been preparing to do this live pretty much all day. And of course, I hopped in to go live at 4:44. Like, nothing's shocking anymore, man. Yeah, so like to touch up against something that one of my best friends said to me this weekend, like, if there wasn't the full rainbow of experiences in this life, it wouldn't be perfect. If we couldn't feel the horror, and the magic and the juiciness and the sparkles of life and all of it, it wouldn't be living. And yeah, it's fucking scary. Be scared. Like, you know? So like we've been living, right? We've been living and moving along kind of within this comfort zone for a little while, of which you are so deserving and you are so worthy of that. But I feel like things are starting to kick us out of our comfort zone. And now it's like you're drinking the art of life. There's like art pouring out of every moment. And you're experiencing the kind of things that people sing about. And that's not a 100% cushy, soft experience. You are being asked to expand, to hold it, to expand, to hold it all. The totality, the duality, the rainbow. The beauty encompasses all of it. And there's no beauty without it. So it's like you've been shaken up out of this comfortable, lovely, almost like sleepwalk. And not to, talk down about your previous state, but it feels like we've been pushed off a cliff into the sky, where it's like we have no choice but to build the wings as we fly. Where it's like, holy crap, I'm singing again. I'm dancing again. And I just feel called to remind you that, like, this is such a call to your inner child. Like, think of a child, the way a child experiences life. They cry when they need to cry. They laugh. They walk up to a kid on the playground and say, "Hey, do you want to be friends?" You think a child is afraid to love? A child is just an open heart. Skinless. I said last night I feel skinless. Like everything is just right here, you know? And I feel called to remind us every time. Thank you. Thank you all. I feel called to remind us that all is of the mind, man. All is of our perception of get off the dating apps. Get off the dating apps. Those things are the work of the devil. I feel called to remind us that all is of the mind. I say this in just about every yeah. The full spectrum. I feel called to remind us every video just about all is of the mind, and your experience of the fullness of life is as horrifying or joyful and juicy and pleasurable and gorgeous as you tell yourself it is. If you tell yourself it's horrifying to love, it sure will be. If you tell yourself that it is a gift and a blessing that has been given to you, you stand to you give yourself so much more of a chance to just drink it in and be with it. And this is our prayer. It's going to go the way God wants it to go. It's going to go the way God wants it to go. It's going to go the way God wants it to go. That's it. And may we enjoy it. May we enjoy the fact that we have been given lungs to breathe and eyes to see. If we are all blessed. So it's like you've been shaken up out of this comfortable kind of like almost sleepwalking state, or like regimented living, and it's all perfect and it's all part of it. Every part of this experience has been perfect and part of it. You know, life ebbs and flows. Things happen in waves. We had to go through this little comfortable phase. we had to go through this little comfortable phase where it was like, okay, everything's really quiet. We deserve that. Things are quiet, things are smooth, things are fairly predictable. Everything's kind of happening the way I expect it to. We're grounded, we're walking through, and kind of solitary, maybe. Maybe you needed a little period of solitude where things were kind of regimented and like, good for you. Ooh, I need some red. But it's almost like the foot of God has just like kicked you on the back and pushed you, full card vibes, off the cliff into a very juicy experience of the full spectrum of life. All right. Dude, you guys are so on a wave with me. It's unreal. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that my people are like connecting with my videos finally. I've been doing this YouTube stuff for 4 years. Almost 4 years. In September of 2026, it'll be 4 years. So I remember I did my first YouTube reading on the 9/9 portal 2022. Yes, it's like, and that really nice, regimented, soft, safe, like quiet, low-key point of your life was earned and deserved. And all part of it, of course, everything is perfect. And now we're like, boom, okay, whoa. Here it is all. Here it is all in front of me and inside of me, and my skin has been ripped off, and I'm right here with every part of this experience of life and every end of this spectrum. And there's art. There's art in this. There's creation being asked of you. There is a leap of faith being asked of you. There, you know, if you're a creative person and you've been sitting on some creations, now would be the time to share what you've been afraid to share. And yeah, it's going to be scary. Be scared. And do it anyway. Be scared. You know? As Tony Robbins would say, if your dreams don't scare the shit out of you, you're not dreaming big enough. Because that's exactly where the growth is. Your highest life lies on the other side of that thing you're afraid to do. There is a high present. There is like a highness. Yeah. Yep. Oh, baby, I've been on the Wu Wei research. I told you last time. I've had experiences with that for years. the more scared you are to take this leap of faith, the more important it is. The more juice you are going to get from doing it. Think of all your favorite creators who are not Nepo babies, who came out of nowhere and built themselves out of nothing. You think they weren't terrified to get on a stage the first time? But it's like, I keep going back to Jim Carrey. It's like because Jim Carrey's not no Nepo baby. He came from a poor family, came from out of nowhere. You think Jim Carrey could have become Jim Carrey if he never did something he was afraid to do? Okay, there's one more little message before I freeball it. It's like, there's this dance right now of energy of like, you need so much rest right now and you feel a little restless, like you can't sit still. But that inability to sit still energy is not really bothering you. Like it's not a stressful restlessness, it's like an excited restlessness. You know you need so much more rest right now than you may be able to even take, but there's so much inspiration and so much joy bursting out of you and so much creation and energy and ideas that it's like you're having a hard time sitting still. And that's beautiful. And what can we do but like channel that energy into something? You know? That energy is asking to be channeled into something. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you're a comedian. Maybe you're an acupuncturist. Maybe there is a total new path being asked for you to create it. Why wouldn't that make you feel nuts? So it's like there's that thing of like when you are being asked to create something completely new, when you are being asked to create something completely new, of course everyone's going to look like you're nuts. Look at you like you're nuts. What are you talking about? Things have never been done like that before. As the great Post Malone said, how could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? I love Post Malone. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't need to make sense to anybody. If the idea has been gifted to you by God, then you and God are the only ones who need to know about it until it's what it is. And you and God are the only ones who need to approve of it. We evolved long ago of needing people to understand what we're doing. We evolved long ago out of the need for a seal of approval from any other human being. This is why we don't talk to people about the things that we're doing. Unless they're very sacred people discernment. You know, that's where discernment comes in. But I don't know, man. I don't even be talking to like the most important people in my life about the stuff that I'm doing until it's ready to be done. Yeah. Inner child. Pureness. There's a purity to this time, man. There is a purity and a sweetness that is just, you can't fake that. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. Balance. Balance. It's okay. Then sing without breath until it comes. Yeah. So there is an openness being asked of you. There is a freedom being asked of you. There is a lightness, as someone very important in my life that I know would say, hold on tightly, let go lightly, man. Wear life like a loose garment right now. There is a lot of faith being asked. There's a lot of openness being asked. And just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. Every moment of this life is a gift. And please enjoy it. Oh, I feel complete with that. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your support, man. This has been absolutely incredible. I really, really, really am humbled and honored and so grateful. We out here. Big time. See you guys next time.